Oh, yeah. Live from the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School Boys Varsity Basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Warriors of Wakefield High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan. I'm joined by Kevin Phelan. We have Ilya Sharanov on camera, and we have Katie Chang on graphics tonight. And this is the Middlesex League quarterfinal matchup between the Ponders and the Warriors. And Kevin, something new this year without the MIAA tournament. Some of the different leagues across the state are having their own league tournaments, and that's what we have here tonight with the number 3 seeded Ponders and the number 6 seeded Warriors.
Yeah, Don, I'm really glad they did this because it's tough for these seniors that don't have another chance. The juniors, sophomores, freshmen have another chance. The seniors do not. So just to get them to play into some kind of a tournament, just to have some games mean a little bit more than the regular season games, I think is, I'm happy they did that. Absolutely, and now in a coincidence, these teams just played each other 2 nights ago. Arlington defeated the Warriors by a score of 64-55. We'll get to more highlights from that game, but we're up against it right now. We're getting ready to begin tonight's quarterfinal game. The winner of tonight's game will play tomorrow night against Watertown. Watertown won earlier today. Watertown, the number 2 seed, advances and will play the winner of this game. For your Spy Ponders, familiar faces in the starting lineup. Number 1, Dennis Ho. Number 10, Miles Hess. Number 3, Jaden Williams. Number 14, Henry Burns. And number 24, Rowan Paoletti Newton. We'll check the 5 for the Warriors as the first basket of the game is scored by number 12, Chris Alden.
Nice cut by Wakefield.
Yeah,
nice
Brett,
cut by Alden, finish that layup.
Number 0, Brett Okunde. Number 3, Andrew Quinn, as it goes inside to Burns, and Burns lays it in for the first 2 points for the Ponders.
Yep, nice soft pass, nice soft shot by Burns as well.
This is Okunde, Kevin, and he had 17 points in the game on Monday night to lead the way for the Warriors. Spy Ponders were led by Rowan Paoletti Newton, who had 19. A good little spin move there is up no good. Rebound Jaden Williams. It's it to Miles Hess. Hess going to pull up for 3. Shot is no good. Rebound fought for, no. Wakefield back the other way. Paoletti Newton back for the Ponders. Challenges the shot. Shot is no good. Hess has Williams ahead of the pack. Williams going to dish it off to Paoletti Newton. He fakes, puts it up. No, but he is fouled on the play. Oh, and they're not going to give him a shooting foul on that.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. Had he gone up with from the pass, they would have given it to him. He kind of stopped and made an up fake, got the foul. So I know a lot of times the referee will make that a shooting foul, but I understand why they did what they did.
So you got Brett Okunde, number 0, Andrew Quinn, number 3, Jeff DeFazio, number 10, number 12, Chris Alden, and number 20, Paul Holman, the 5 for the Warriors. Warriors are coached by Brian Sweeney. Coach Sweeney coaching this year for Wakefield. Hess to the hole, strong, lays it in. He has all 4 of Arlington's points. They lead at 4-2. 6:33 remaining first quarter.
Yeah, the games we've done, we haven't seen Hess come out that strong that quick, so a nice sign for him.
Miles had 11 points in the prior matchup on Monday. Now ball stripped away, and they're going to get Ho for the reach-in foul.
A little bit questioning it, but might have got a little bit of a grab there.
Dennis picks up that foul, his first on the team. Dennis had double digits in Monday night's game with 10.
We haven't seen Dennis get into foul trouble, so I don't think that should be too much of an issue right now.
Steal by Burns. Burns lost it, and it goes out of bounds. He had the first basket. I think I marked Hess for the first basket. Burns had the first Arlington basket.
Yeah, now that you say that.
2 for Burns, 2 for Hess. I correct myself there.
Yep.
Jaden Williams playing great defense on Quinn.
Great physical defense. Wakefield got away with a travel.
Shot's no good. Burns fights for the rebound. Hess comes up with it. Arlington 3-on-3. Paoletti Newton spins, moves it. Oh, and the shot was blocked on a nice defensive play by Okunde.
Sometimes you just see a play and you know that they're just determined to kind of finish that shot. Good defense by Wakefield. They need to go to the sideline. The referee forgot. He's trying to put it on the baseline.
Of course, Arlington's coached by Jack Woods in his 2nd season. He's assisted by Mike Palladino, Matt Woods, Joe Granato, and Mark Regan. Wakefield comes up with the steal. A nice little entry pass there results in a layup for Holman, but the pass was made by Quinn.
They gave up baseline.
Good feed by Quinn. Game is tied at 4. Paoletti Newton to the basket. Ball's loose, fought for. Ho comes up with it, fakes, goes up. No, and they're going to call him for traveling.
Arlington likes this pace. I think they're just a little bit too jacked right now. It's good to play with emotion, but you got to play with control as well.
Okunde gets ahead of the pack and lays it in.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see a timeout if they don't score in this basket, and Wakefield does, just because you just want to settle the troops down.
Another thing that might have the Arlington players a little more jacked up, if you look directly in front of us, you'll see a sight you have not seen all year, and that is fans in the stands, as the have allowed the families of the seniors to attend tonight's game. Oh, Hess with a beautiful move was going to his left, switched it to his right hand, and put it in.
Yeah. Yes, I'm really glad that the Arlington parents are allowed to come and see their seniors play. Again, it's a special night for the seniors.
Tied at 6, so it's it's a double whammy. You have a playoff game in effect for the league championship anyway, and parents' night. Left-handed shot is good by Alden.
I'll tell you, Arlington's got to stop those cuts.
8-6 Warriors, almost halfway through the first quarter.
He had Burns for a layup.
Ho with the baseline jump shot. No, Jaden Williams high for that rebound. Kept it alive.
I'll tell you, the referees are letting him play because we've had about 3 or 4 over the backs that have not been called.
Ho spins, puts it up. No, but he is fouled on the play.
Coach Sweeney's going to say something to the referee when he comes over, because he might have felt Arlington went over his back a couple times to get that rebound, and then.
Yeah, but sometimes the more athletic player can just jump higher, and if he can do that without making contact, and that's what the referees determined, that Jaden, he was a
he's
rim
also
high.
40 feet away, and he's got players between him and the players as well. So, I'm not saying he's right. I'm just saying that you might be frustrated. Your player gets over the back a couple times, and then your player gets called for the foul.
Dennis Ho at the line for 2, misses the first free throw. Dennis comes into tonight's game as Arlington's leading free throw shooter at 69% on the year. 1 of 2 for the senior. Ooh, and I thought Jaden was going to be able to get a steal there on that long entry pass. Now Strong to the basket with the left hand is no good by Quinn. Arlington pushing the pace. Ho thought about a 3. Paoletti Newton, he can make that. He's going to drive to the basket, spits it up, no. He's fouled on the play, he'll go to the line for 2.
Wakefield's 3rd team foul, I believe.
Wakefield leads at 8-7, just a little more than halfway through the first quarter, 3:58 remaining first quarter.
So we haven't seen Wakefield play, but we've seen Arlington a bunch now, and this is definitely the pace Arlington likes to play at.
First free throw, no good for Rowan. Rowan coming into tonight's game averaging 13.5 points per game. 67% free throw shooter, hits 1 of the 2, his first point of the game. Tied at 8, it's going to be a close game, I think, throughout. Ho got a block back on.
They're going to call Ho for a foul, and a strong finish.
Brett Okunde, count it. And Okunde will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play. And if that foul went against Ho, which it did, that's his 2nd.
Yep. And
let's see how Coach Woods plays this. I know for immediately he's going to probably take him out as number 55, Luca Ruggiero, comes into the game. And it's kind of been Arlington's strategy. 2 fouls in the first half, ends the half of the player. But Kevin, as you mentioned, Ho's not really a foul-prone player. Let's see if Coach Woods goes back to him here in this first half.
And he just does so much for this team that it'd be tough not to have him on the court for long stretches.
Okunde completes the 3-point play for the Warriors, and the Warriors lead it 11-8. Paoletti Newton, pull-up jump shot. It's going to be short. No, it's not.
Nice,
beautiful shot. Rowan Paoletti Newton cuts the Wakefield lead to 1.
Trap. Got any traps here? Kickball.
Kickball. They will set the shot clock back to 30. Arlington tonight without the services of Marcus Jean-Jacques. So they're going to have to pick up the slack. Jean-Jacques averaging 13 a game for Arlington, so someone's going to have to pick up that slack offensively for the Ponders. Gene Jock, also the player who handles the ball a lot for the Ponders, and we're going to have a traveling violation called. So Arlington's going to have to replace his point production as well as his floor leadership, and you kind of look to Miles Hess for that. Hess has had a couple of unbelievable floor games, according to Coach Woods, the last 2 games, and he's really picked it up as far as the leadership part of this team, taking it over his senior year, the tri-captain.
Yep, and this is the kind of game you're allowing your seniors to carry you a little bit.
Just a pull-up pop is good. Oh, and that'll be a good sign for Arlington. If Paoletti Newton's feeling it tonight, that'll go a long way. High off the backboard, no. Ogunde with the putback.
Okay, he had 17, you said last game?
Yep.
He's going to be a problem today. He's athletic, he's hustle, like his game so far.
It's a strong-looking athletic body, and Arlington's going to have to keep him off the boards. Here's Jaden Williams to the basket. He was tied up, going to have a held ball, and on the alternating possession rule, I think it's going to be Arlington ball.
Might have gotten away with a travel there.
We're tied at 13, 2.5 minutes remaining first quarter. Number 0, Brett Okunde, accounting for 7 of the 13 points. Paoletti Newton pull-up jump shot is good.
He's on. He's feeling it.
He has 8 of Arlington's 15 and gives the Ponders a 2-point lead, 15-13, 2:22 remaining first quarter. And we'll really get the Arlington bench excited for the first time tonight. Ball's knocked away out of bounds. Arlington ball.
Unforced error.
I don't know that Arlington has led this game. If they have, they might have been when it was on odd numbers, so this might be Arlington's first legitimate lead.
They're going to get a
traveling
travel.
violation.
Jaden Williams, he just nonchalantly took 2 steps. He got the ball, took a step, then started dribbling it.
You could hear Coach Wood say that should never happen. There's a lack of communication there by the teammates, caused that turnover. 3-point shot from the corner, no. Rebound by Margolis. 3-point shot is good.
Nice release.
That's number 20, Paul Holman with the 3-point shot, giving the Warriors a 1-point lead. Number 2 for Wakefield, Ethan Margolis checked into their lineup for a substitution for the Warriors. Burns inside, ball's loose. Now the players fight for it, and they're going to call a held ball. Of course, Henry Burns used to those types of scrums. He's a 3-season varsity athlete, the football captain and quarterback. Also in his odd season, he's a high jumper on the track and field team, so he's used to going for those loose balls. Hopefully not too much in the upcoming season that he's picking up fumbles for the Arlington High football team. It's going to be so strange having football after basketball. That should have been a travel. Shot's no good. Rebound tipped, loose. Paoletti Newton comes up with it. He drives, he looses it, comes up with it. Hess hustles for it, saves it. Burns saves it. Arlington needs to reset here. Plenty of time on the shot clock. They go inside. Ruggiero into Burns. Now that's going to be money for Paoletti Newton. No. Shot was off by a little bit.
They got a good look.
Coming up on the final minute of this fast-paced first quarter, Ponders find themselves down by 1. Here comes Okunde, kicks it back out. And Wakefield will reset. 15 on the shot clock for the Warriors. Pull-up jump shot is good. It's number 3, Andrew Quinn, with his first basket of the night. And Wakefield now leads it by 3 with 42 seconds remaining first quarter. 18-15 Warriors.
Difference of about 17 on the shot clock.
Well, they did a nice job on that play to Burns. As Paoletti Newton came through and the defensive players followed him, that left Burns open for the entry pass. I think it was Williams who made that entry pass. And Henry Burns will go to the line for 2 shots. Substitution for Wakefield, number 5, Danny Hurley into the lineup.
I noticed that Burns as well as number 3, Andrew Quinn, both have low top, almost like a running shoe. Back in the day when we played, everyone had the high tops.
The higher the better.
And that's kind of interesting to see.
Number 0, Simon Hess checks into the Arlington lineup. Burns hits 1 of 2. So the Hess boys are in there at the same time.
To call a travel.
Ooh, Luca almost got a hand on that.
Yep.
Wakefield barely gets it over the timeline.
Good pressure by Arlington.
There's
Now
a
get back and
slight tenth of a second or so difference between the two clocks. In effect, Wakefield can hold for a final shot, but instead they take a corner three, and knocking it down is Andrew Quinn.
Okay, 8 seconds, plenty of time, Arlington. Don't panic.
Here's Hess, who's going to go all the way to the basket, lays it up, no. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and that will be the end of the first quarter.
So at the end of one, we have Arlington down 5, 21-16. And again, Don, Arlington won by 9 on Monday, but that 9 could have been a 2-point game, and then foul, free throws, 3-point miss, foul, free throws.
Sure.
Because this does not look like these look like two pretty evenly matched teams. So I guess, Don, I'll ask you for once, instead of you asking me. If you're the Arlington coach, what are you saying?
Well, I think it's going to be a problem if he can't get Dennis Ho back into the lineup. I don't know if he's going to hold to that tradition of, if, for lack of a better word, of keeping Dennis out until the end of the first half, because I think if nothing else, Dennis can maybe help out rebounding-wise to keep Okunde off the offensive glass.
Yeah.
Okunde led the way with 7 points. On the positive side, it looks like Rowan Paoletti-Newton has his stroke tonight. Even the shots that he did miss were really close, so he's failing it, and he's aggressive offensively tonight too.
Sure.
But as aggressive as I've seen him all season long. So, and as we mentioned, without Marcus, you know, Arlington's going to have to get everybody else to step it up a little bit.
Sure.
And they did on Monday. They won the game by 9, and now they have their first quarter jitters out of their way. And I think they'll be fine here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I really do think jitters is the right word too. You know, again, you have seniors who didn't have a season last year because of COVID, or again, they didn't have it. Oh, they maybe had a half a season. I forget what happened.
I think it made it up to the state tournament, because I think things kind of came to a halt in March. So,
During the
because remember the
tournament.
Arlington High hockey team was going to play for the state title at the Fleet Center, or whatever they call
Okay,
it,
so
TD Garden. So they had a full season.
So, but you have seniors who, as a junior, didn't get to play in a state tournament. Or, you know, a very strange season because COVID was starting to come about. Now as a senior, you only have an 11 or 12 games a season, so they're finally playing a game that really means something. So
True.
first quarter, a little anxious, motor going a little bit too fast. Let's see if they can control that now.
For Arlington, it will be the 5 that ended the first quarter to begin this second quarter. Simon Hess, number 0, his brother Miles, number 10, Henry Burns, number 14, Luca Ruggiero, number 55, and Rowan Paoletti-Newton, number 24. Here goes Hess to the left hand. Oh, bad luck there as the shot just wouldn't stay down for him. Here comes Okunde.
Yeah, that's got to be a travel.
Okunde his feet were a little too fast for the rest of his body that time, and he commits the traveling violation.
I don't know how many of those we're going to see, so.
Looked like he had a pretty good lane to the basket. He was going strong to the tin on that one. Hess, he's been strong. He's been driving to the basket all night long. Wakefield bench wants an offensive foul. They're not going to get it.
I don't think they should. I'm just a little bit disappointed he didn't try to finish that layup because it was a strong move. And again, I know in this day and age you try to kick out for the open 3. But he could have been shooting 2 right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, sometimes when you hear that whistle, you want to go up with it as best you can.
I think the Arlington coach is saying, hey, was he maybe shooting? And then passed at the last second. I think that might be his argument. But
good news for Arlington is that is team foul number 5 against the Warriors. Arlington has committed only 2.
and they're both, are those both by Dennis Ho?
That's right, yeah, of course, yeah. That ball looked like it went off the Wakefield leg.
Yeah,
it did
gotta stay
indeed.
Arlington ball.
Arlington ball. 21-16, 7:26 remaining, second quarter.
Boy, I'd really like to see Dennis come back in here and just kind of be a little bit tentative and not foul, but get his body back into this lineup.
Inside to Ruggiero, baseline, kicks it back out to Hess. Hess fakes, try to get it inside to Henry Burns, ball's knocked away. Okunde this time slows it down. Result is a 2-3-point shot by Alden, no good. Hess with the rebound. I think he tried to get that to Rowan Paoletti-Newton. Didn't work.
Yeah, I don't think Paoletti-Newton was looking for that one.
Wakefield could have let that ball go out of bounds. Instead, they saved it, but they retained possession. That's a tough pull-up shot there. Well contested by Ruggiero, but Quinn makes it anyway.
Yeah, nice job by Quinn. That's when you just tip your hat to him and say, nice job.
Quinn now with 7, matching Okunde for high point honors for the Warriors. Now Arlington finds themselves down by a 7-point margin, the largest deficit they faced so far tonight. Okunde try to kick it back out for 3. 17 on the shot clock. Okunde flashes to help his teammate out. Okunde's going to try to take Paoletti Newton. Instead, he kicks it out to the corner. Fake, drive, shot. Tough shot there, no good, but it comes right back to Chris Alden, and he lays it in.
Yeah, Arlington's got to get a body on those red shirts.
I know Coach Woods doesn't want to waste the timeout, but now his team is down by 9 with 5:57 remaining in the second quarter.
To try to get a 3, but you don't need a 3. You just need a good shot. If it is a 3, take it, but you need a good
Ruggiero got his man, shook his man off. It's a good, strong move and hits the pull-up jump shot. Big hoop there for Arlington.
Much needed.
Of course, the Wakefield bench wanted an offensive foul on Luka, but just a good, strong move, and the Wakefield player lost his balance. Here's Okunde, has it taken away. Now Burns, I hope he doesn't get a foul. Now you got to be careful on those held ball situations. They're going to call a held ball. You know, back in the day when we played, it was kind of a free-for-all. You could do anything you wanted. Now the referees look for people who come into the pile like that. And a couple of Arlington players look like they may have violated that, but they got away with it. And on the alternating possession rule, it's going to be Ponder's ball.
Well, the other thing, I think that's the second time you've seen an Arlington player try to dribble the loose ball. You got to grab it with 2 hands. Grab the ball first, possess it, and then go take it versus trying to dribble it as it's still loose.
Well, one thing they did was they did a nice job on sagging into and doubling Okunde, causing the turnover. Now for Arlington, making his first appearance of the game is Aiden Woog-McGinty, number 21. Also back in the Arlington lineup is Jaden Williams.
Oh, that's a nice finish.
Paoletti Newton all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. Paoletti Newton already in double figures for the Ponders. Arlington cut the 9-point deficit back down to 5.
Good defense. Long pass.
Good defense by Arlington.
That's a great look.
Ooh, bad luck
that's
there.
That's an unlucky shot.
That's been a couple of those, one for each team, one for Miles down our end, and now that one there for Wakefield. And now Coach Burns will take his first time out.
Don't want to question Coach Burns. Not sure why you're taking that one when you've kind of got a little bit of, I know they like to take the positive timeouts, but you've got some momentum here. Arlington down 25-20, 4:38 to go in the second.
Arlington saw that lead get extended to 9 for Wakefield. They have the last 4 and possession of the basketball here, so they can cut it down to a single possession game with a basket here.
Again, if you're Arlington, you've already beaten this team. You've had a great season. You've had a very good season. Just take what they give you. If it is a 3, take it, but don't force the 3. So much time in this game, and you're playing well, and you're in it. Just don't force anything.
Arlington breaks the timeout. No substitutions during that timeout, so it's Woog-McGinty, Ruggiero, Paoletti Newton, Hess, and Williams.
So my fear here is, again, there's no 10-minute halftime, but with Ho sitting, if he sits this whole second quarter, he's sat a long time and doesn't feel like part of the game, so.
Right. Ten seconds on the shot clock for Arlington. Jaden Williams to the basket, puts it up, no. McGinty back up, and Aiden Woog-McGinty puts it in off the glass.
That's an example of Wakefield not putting a body on Arlington offensive rebounder and giving up the 2 points that way.
6 straight for the Ponders. They've cut the lead down to 3. But Okunde answers with a big boy move to the basket and lays it up and in. Strong move by Brett Okunde.
Strong move, yeah, a soft shot.
Here's Ruggiero inside to Hess.
That's a beautiful pass.
Hess has 2.
Could have been an and one. That's a beautiful look.
Half
Defended
dozen.
with the right hand.
Half dozen now for the tri-captain. Halfway through the second quarter, Ponders down 3.
Got to just be there to help.
3-point shot is good. Chris Alden with a big 3.
Nice shot by Alden, but Arlington had it drop down on Akunda. Good job by Wakefield to hit the 3.
6-point lead for the Warriors. They got Hess again on that little entry pass. He goes up. This time Akunde comes from the other side and blocks it. Ruggiero's going to take a 3. It's going to be off right.
Only reason why I know it's off, it's literally right where we're sitting, so we have the perfect angle for that shot.
Perfect line of vision on that shot. Is Akunde to the basket again and lays it in again. Woog McGinty tried to take the charge, didn't get it. And Akunde now in double figures with 11, and that lead is back up to 8. Paoletti Newton in a little bit of trouble. He gets it away just in time as the 5-second count was really close there. Ruggiero out to Jaden Williams. Williams going to take the 3. Ball swat for that. Looked like it was off the red hand.
I think that's going to be Wakefield ball.
Well, I don't.
It was
I think
off the red hand, but I think an Arlington player knocked it out of his hand.
Arlington
but they're gonna
ball.
give it to Arlington, and they're going to say 6 seconds on the shot clock.
2.5 left second quarter. Ponders again. Kind of big deficit down 8.
Yeah,
Paoletti Newton takes the 3 and nails it. Holy mackerel, what a shot.
Tough shot. That was contested. That's a tough shot.
Coming back is Wakefield the other way. No rebound, put back, no. I don't know who blocked that officially, whether it was Ruggiero or Woog McGinty.
I believe that was McGinty. Woog McGinty, I'm sorry.
And he got a big piece of that one, knocked it out of bounds.
Yep.
It will remain Warrior ball. Here's number 3, Andrew Quinn, back into the Warrior lineup. Quinn with 7 points. It's really been four people only scoring for the Warriors. Akunde, Quinn, Alden, and Holman account for all 32 of the Warrior points. Oh, nice play there. Maybe an overpass there, but I guess you can't go wrong when you end up passing it to Akunde, because he just puts it right up and in.
Yeah, is Akunde a senior, hopefully? We don't have to see him next year.
I don't know. Here comes Paoletti Newton to the basket. No. Woog McGinty with the rebound. Paoletti Newton fakes the 3. Strong to the basket. Switches to the left hand and lays it up and in.
He's got to take that.
Rowan Paoletti Newton is keeping Arlington in this game. He has 15 of the Ponder 29 points. And Arlington trails by 5 with 1:30 left in the second quarter. Akunde with a nice kick-out pass to Holman. Holman's 3-point shot is no good. Akunde has the rebound. Missed the shot. I don't know if it was slipped out of his hand or if it was partially blocked. They go back inside. Akunde's still in there. Now he gets out. They go back into Akunde. He's going to go up and under and in. Count the basket.
I think they're going to get Woog McGinty. Unfortunately, he was there. See who they're giving him?
Going to go on Miles Hess.
Okay, because McGinty kind of slapped at it.
Brett Akunde, count the basket. He'll go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play. Aiden Woog McGinty out of the Arlington lineup. Henry Burns back in. 36-29 Warriors. Akunde did not look like he had great form on that free throw. That's something to consider down the stretch.
Yep.
And really all his baskets have been in the paint. I would say that maybe all 15 of his points have been in the paint, except of course a free throw that he did make.
I'd like to see something down to Burns.
Ruggiero fakes.
Or a 3 there.
Rowan just inside the foul line. Jump shot is good. Oh, wow. 36-31 Warriors. Under a minute remaining. Arlington with the double team gets the steal. 4 on 2. Paoletti Newton for 3. No. Burns fights for the rebound. Couldn't come up with it. Back come the Warriors the other way. 3 on 2. And they'll pull it back out. It's about a 8-second difference. Excuse me, about a 10-second differential between the game clock and shot clock.
Oh, he's wide open.
3-point shot by DeFazio, no good. Now let's see if Arlington will hold for a final shot.
And it looks like they will.
23 seconds remaining. Ponders down by 5. Akunde with the steal. Let's see what he does with this breakaway. He throws it down. Arlington still has time, 6 seconds. Oh, there was a slap there by Akunde. Unfortunately, the referees were in the opposite positions that they couldn't see or hear it. but it was right in front of us, but where the referees were positioned, they couldn't see that as Akunde went for that wraparound steal and got nothing but arm. And it wouldn't have probably mattered because Arlington would have only been team foul number 5 for and getting ready for second half action. Don Phelan alongside Kevin Phelan. Katie Chang is on graphics, and Ilya Sharonov is our cameraman tonight. And an exciting first half, up and down pace. 38-31. And Kevin, I would say the biggest takeaway from that is the duel really between Brett Akunde with 17 for Wakefield and Rowan Paoletti-Newton, 17 for Arlington. But they're coming from different spots for the two players.
Two totally different games. Almost like a Bird Dominique type of situation.
Interestingly enough, Wakefield will start the second half without Akunde in the lineup, but Chris Alden knocks down a 3. And it'll be very bad for Arlington if Wakefield increases their lead with Akunde getting a little bit of a breather.
Right. Dennis Ho back in the game.
He did not return to the lineup in the first half after picking up foul number 2. Arlington with the 5 that began the game. Hess inside, count the basket, and Miles Hess will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
So you see the Wakefield defender kind of shrugging like, what did I do? But absolute push, kind of pushing with the body a little bit. And Miles Hess was able to just obtain. Arlington trailing by 7 early in the second half.
So that break for Akunde was short-lived. I think it was just about 32 seconds of the third quarter, and he is quickly back into the Warrior lineup. And I think as we started to talk before we had our difficulties, is Arlington's really going to have to keep Akunde out of that paint as best as they can. He's in there for a long time. Shot clock violation. Great defense by the Ponders.
Well, the other thing is, you know, the quarter time, the break was 2.5 minutes, but then by the time teams come out, that's an extra couple seconds, and then Arlington, each team got a couple of shots and then some free throws, so we got a good 4 or 5 minute stretch to rest.
Here's Miles Hess, just blows by his man and lays it in with the left hand. 41-36 Warriors.
Coach Woods was signaling 2-3. It's probably to fight Akunde so he doesn't have free reign inside the paint. But he's behind Hess right now. Just don't forget him.
Nice little dump pass. Oh, great passing by Wakefield as it was Alden on the feed to Akunde, and Akunde lays it in.
Coach Sweeney is begging for a foul. I don't know if he has an argument there.
43-36 inside of Burns. He's double teamed. He fakes. Paoletti-Newton, hopefully he's going to be just as hot in the second half. Well, he faked the shot. Wakefield had to respect it, and then he went right to the basket and laid it in.
Nice finish.
Paoletti Newton doing it both inside and outside for the Ponders, keeping them in this game within 5 points. 3-point shot by Holman, no. Paoletti Newton with the rebound. Made a nice play there, just getting rid of it to Burns to prevent a possible traveling violation. Now there's a whistle. I don't know what the whistle's for.
I think it had something to do with the clock, and I saw the referee signal, keep things going, keep it going. Might have been an inadvertent whistle, maybe.
5:35 remaining, third quarter, 20 seconds on the Arlington shot clock. Wakefield by 5. Paoletti Newton from way downtown. We're going to give him 4 for that one. And a timeout called by Wakefield. Rowan Paoletti Newton with 22 points, and the Ponders have cut the lead down to 2.
He is just feeling it. I think at this point, you let him shoot, or you try to go down low to your big men. Even Hess, who is not one of our tallest players, but I'll tell you, he's gotten some great position and some great layups, and should be a layup or a Paoletti Newton 3.
Paoletti Newton hitting that one from at least college range, maybe NBA range. But what that's going to open up too is that's going to open up his drive. Give a nice time for a head fake drive. Players come over, and then as you mentioned, some of those Arlington players, whether it be Ho or Hess or Burns, have to be ready so that when their player comes over and picks Paoletti Newton up as he drives, they got to be ready for that easy dish and the layup.
So what I'm not sure about is, again, this being a playoff game, we had Ho that had 2 quick fouls. The end of the half, I believe it was 5-3 in fouls.
Right.
So for a frenetic pace, both teams going up and down the court, inside, outside. Only got 8 fouls for both teams. So I don't know if the refs have said, hey, this is playoffs, we're going to let them play or not. Only have 1 foul in this first half. In the second half, I'm sorry, it's only been a couple of minutes, but a lot of physical play for only 9 fouls for the whole game.
And Wakefield had those 5 fouls early in the second quarter, so they went a pretty good stretch of time in that second quarter without committing fouls 6 or 7. But 5-2 is pretty good. 5-3 is a pretty good disparity, so no one can say anything about the foul count, that's for sure.
Arlington in a 2-2-1.
The old Apache under Coach John Cody.
Rocked his zone, Coach.
Paoletti Newton knocks it away. It might have been off the Wakefield player. Now the Wakefield player, number 20, Paul Holman, saves it off of Burns. He apologizes, but he did what he had to do. Let's check the Wakefield 5. Number 0 is Brett Alcunde. Number 3 is Andrew Quinn. Number 12 is Chris Alden. Number 10 is Jeff DeFazio. And who am I missing? Number 20, Paul Holman. The 5 for the Warriors, up by 2, 5 minutes to go, third quarter. 3-point shot is no good. I think they're going to get...
I think they're going to get Burns on that, quite honestly.
And the referee signaled 2 shots. I didn't think Akunde in any way, shape, or form was taking a shot.
I think the referee is making the argument that he was going to shoot it on the actual rebound.
Possible, but it didn't look that way
and
from our end.
You have to have a good lawyer to have that argument.
Akunde,
as you said from the first half in his free throws, maybe we're better off with that.
Yeah, I think Arlington's maybe, Coach Woods will advise his team, if he's going to get that easy too, especially since nobody besides Ho is in any kind of foul trouble, take the hack and maybe put him at the line.
Yep, I'll trade
0
points.
But
you're going to get that rebound.
I believe he's 1 for 4 at the line.
Yep.
I think he completed 1 3-point play, missed another one, and then 0 for 2 that time.
Good job by Hess to gain possession after Arlington. Looked like they may have given up the rebound to Wakefield.
Yeah, and in the ensuing action, number 20, Paul Holman, he picks up his 3rd foul, so he's going to have to go to the bench for a little while. Holman with 5 points. He's been a contributor to their offense, and he's replaced by number 5, Danny Hurley.
He might only have 5 points, but I like his shot, so I'm glad to see him on the bench.
Here goes Ho, switches to the left hand, and he ties the game. Ho's first basket of the game. Remember, he didn't play much in the first half due to foul trouble, and he's tied this game at 43, 4:37 remaining, third quarter.
I'll tell you, this Wakefield looks like they're a pretty good shooting team, but this 2-3 zone has stifled them so far. Excellent adjustment by Coach Woods.
Pull-up shot. Ho with the block. 5 on the shot clock. Still loose. Still loose. Wakefield's going to have to shoot it. They finally take a desperation shot. No.
Play on it. Hit the rim.
Yep, they got that off just in time. I'll be interested to see what Coach Sweeney does adjustment-wise to take out Paoletti Newton. One thing it looks like he does is he has a Kunde on him, a very athletic player. Beautiful pass by Williams, and Burns lays it in. Arlington has the lead.
If you're Coach Sweeney, you're thinking about a timeout right now. This game has shifted. Got away with a travel, but this game has shifted to Arlington.
Arlington, 14 third quarter points halfway through it. Offense has come alive.
As has the defense.
Stolen by Burns. Ho thought about pushing it, but instead settles it down.
Yep. Oh, Paoletti Newton was wide open. Good job by not taking it. Didn't feel like he had it.
Now they switch back off, and Kunde is back on Paoletti Newton. Now he switches again. I don't know what, maybe Wakefield just matching up. Burns puts it up. No, he'll go to the line for two.
Again, if you're Arlington, this is your formula. Either outside shooting by Paoletti Newton or just go inside.
Yeah, and especially if Paoletti Newton brings a Kunde away from the paint, that really limits the Wakefield size and shot blocking ability. And I believe it's Wakefield that's going to take a timeout before Burns goes to the line for two. Yep. Yeah, if you look at the rest of the Wakefield's not a very big team.
They're not.
And Akunde's not that tall, but he's so athletic and he can jump. So if they are going to put him on Paoletti Newton because Paoletti Newton has lost his mind here tonight, then that's going to really hurt them defensively, and it's going to help Arlington down low. Arlington could definitely beat them between the size of Hess and Burns and the athleticism of Ho. If Akunde's out of the picture, really opens up things for the Ponders. And that's the risk that Coach Sweeney's going to have to take, is what he wants to do defensively, and up to Coach Woods to exploit it.
I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to the Phelan Young family, as I always do.
They've been faithful watchers during this COVID season.
Vacation week, so Tyler Phelan, my son, if he's watching, hopefully he'll stay up for a little bit longer. Then we'll put him to bed.
Henry Burns to the line. Not a bad free throw shooter for a big guy. Shoots it at 67%. Knocks it down. So Burns averages about 4 a game. He already has 6 for Arlington.
Again, he's gotten in some foul trouble in the games that we've had.
He has. He's been smitten by the foul bug all year long, at least in the home games.
I think in this game you got to go down low to him.
Absolutely. Ponders lead it by 3, coming up on the 3-minute mark remaining in the third quarter.
They have Paoletti Newton, who's a pretty big kid, and a steal there by him.
Here comes Jaden Williams. He's going to go to the basket. Play on. Ho puts it up. No. Fights for it. Keeps fighting for it. Ho, a volleyball play. He's used to those tall battles for balls up that high. Arlington loses control though, and they got to get Paoletti Newton on that foul for sure.
Call it on the spot foul. But what I was saying is Paoletti Newton is a pretty big kid. He's playing the top of the zone, so that shows you the size that Arlington is possessing right now out there. Hess plays bigger than he is.
Rowan picks up that foul, his first, second
foul.
On the team.
Good foul.
Well, especially since it was a non-shooting foul. Although we have seen Akunde struggle at the line, still rather make Wakefield work for their points.
Don't go out too far. Don't go out too far.
18 on the shot clock, baseline pass. 3-point shot by Quinn, short. Arlington could push. Oh, what a play by Akunde. Oh, what a play by Hess to Ho, and Ho lays it in. Oh, what a sequence there, as Paoletti Newton was ahead of the pack, but Akunde got a hand on the pass. Hess came up with it, made kind of a little blind slap pass.
Miles Hess having his best game that we've seen, I think.
And Ho gets the basket. Arlington by 5, their largest lead of the game. Blocked by Hess. The shot was taken by Holman. Hess came over. Paoletti Newton for 3. Yes! Arlington is just doing it on both ends of the floor. They lead at 51-43 with just under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Shocked that Wakefield's not calling a timeout. Shocked.
25 for Paoletti Newton. And now a 10-second violation called against Wakefield.
So, Don, the reason why Rowan took that shot was because he felt like if I get this in, this place is going to go nuts, even though we've only got 25 parents or what have you. And that's exactly what happened.
What a sequence for the Ponders.
Yep.
Hopefully, if you're watching at home on YouTube, when we take a break for the third quarter, you go back and watch that. That's about as good at basketball as you want to see at any level.
And he's not forcing it.
Both ends of the court.
Yep. Still got 14 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time.
Minute 25 in the quarter. Inside to Burns. Burns has it blocked by Akunde. And Akunde hurt himself on that.
You don't like to see
we
that.
don't want to see that. But Akunde went up and tremendous block. But unfortunately, he might have landed
I bet
awkwardly.
you he landed on someone's foot.
And looks like he twisted his ankle. Looks like he twisted his right ankle. And he remains on the floor.
Tremendous block. I didn't see, did the referees call timeout because of the injury? Or
Yes,
did he,
I believe so. Yeah, an official's timeout.
Yep.
So the Arlington team, both teams will go to their benches. As
So I watched the play a little bit longer. That's why I missed what happened up front. I saw Akunda with a great block and then landed, and then right away he kind of Winston grabbed his ankle or his foot. So hopefully it's more of a shock thing than anything else.
yeah, those ankles, when you come down like that, they usually don't heal quickly. He remains down on the ground. The Arlington training staff there, Coach Sweeney out there. Actually, there's two Brian Sweeneys out there. The Wakefield coach is Brian Sweeney, and then not the trainer for Arlington, but the other person, the paramedic on scene tonight, is Arlington's finest, Brian Sweeney.
I think he has a brother that looks a little bit like him. All right, he's getting up. Looked reluctant to get up. He's getting up. Oh, that's not good.
But he's not able now to put any pressure on it at all.
Yep.
And good for both teams. Of course, his teammates are going to stand up and clap for him, but the Arlington bench is also up and appreciating the efforts of Brett Akunde, who I don't think we'll be seeing for the remainder of this game.
You know what? I really hope we do.
Sure
We
do.
were saying that we didn't want to see him next year. I hope he's a senior and going to go on to great things, but I want to see him back tonight. You kind of see him. Looks like he's grabbing. I know the ankle's hurt, but he has his hand under his knee. I don't know if it's a knee as well, but
Well, now we have to get back to the reality of the game. With that unfortunate injury to Akunde, and Arlington has to be really careful of a letdown. They're playing as well as we've seen them play, at least in home games, any stretch of the season that I've seen this year. And now Wakefield loses their best player. So the inner part of your mind is probably thinking, we got this game.
Yeah.
We're all set. Their best player's hurt, and we're up by 8, and we're playing our best.
as you said, you don't know if he's coming back. You don't know if they're going to pick it up, so you got to play hard.
That shot was blocked by Hess from the side. Loose ball, great hustle there by Wakefield, coming up with the loose ball.
Shot clock did not reset, so
Ruggiero, almost, he
Yeah.
laid out for that still, couldn't come up with it, and now there's a foul on the play. Wakefield will go to the line for 2.
yep, they got Burns, the senior. And again, that's a good foul. He had a wide open layup.
Okay, substitutions being allowed when
Playing
they
the subs in on
probably
the
shouldn't.
First free throw.
But the bottom line is Jaden Williams back into the game. Luca Ruggiero had checked into the Arlington lineup. Aiden Woog-McGinty's in there for the Ponders. Hess and Paoletti Newton, the 5 for Arlington. First free throw is no good by number 2, Ethan Margolis. For Arlington, that was Burns' foul, his 3rd. So he's now the Arlington player in foul trouble. Remember, Dennis Ho had 2 in the first half. He has not picked up his 3rd, but now Burns with 3.
Well, they're both on the bench right now, so this is going to be an interesting 54 seconds.
Yeah, I think Coach Woods will definitely rest them the final minute of this quarter. 47 seconds to go, Arlington by 7. Arlington has outscored them 20-6.
We'd love to see just 2 more shots for the half. One for us, one for them.
Muganti double teamed. Just kicks it back out. They're going to give it to Paoletti Newton in the corner. 3, no. Rebound fought for. Here comes Wakefield back the other way. Williams with the block. Let's see if Arlington, I think they should hold for 1. Instead, Hess is going to take a 3. No. Paoletti Newton with the rebound. Now Arlington has to hold for 1 here. No, they don't. Ruggiero's going to take a 3. No. Woog-McGinty kept it alive. It went to a Wakefield player, unfortunately. Now Wakefield back the other way and going strong to the basket and laying it in was Margolis. 1 second to go, Paoletti Newton. I wouldn't be surprised, but not that time.
Yeah. Arlington 51, up 51-46, up 5 after 3. But you kind of wish they just took control of that last 30 seconds and just took the last shot, either up by 7, up by 8, up by 10. Sometimes you're feeling it, and I understand that. Your emotions get the better of you, but being up here, being a little bit older than them, you realize that just taking that last shot was probably the smarter move.
Yeah, they got a couple looks at it, but everything was a 3 and nothing went down. You know, obviously if they make one of those, it's going to be a huge momentum builder, but I couldn't agree with you more. They definitely should have held for a final shot there, and instead Wakefield was able to get 2. I'm not sure whose ball it is in the alternating possession rule, but say it's Wakefield's ball. Now Wakefield gets a basket to start this fourth quarter. Now you have a 1-possession game when you look like things were in control. But
Sure.
that's high school basketball, and that's why we're going to play this fourth quarter and final quarter of the season, home quarter of the season for the Spy Ponders. As we mentioned, this is a Middlesex League quarterfinal tournament game. The Middlesex League holding their own tournament this year where there is no MIAA state tournament. The winner of this game plays tomorrow night, Thursday, at Watertown. The number 1 seed is Winchester. In theory, Arlington could host the championship game. They would need a little bit of luck, and they need to win 2 games, obviously, this one being the first. They would need to beat Watertown tomorrow night and then hope that Winchester, the number 1 seed, gets upset somewhere along the line.
Looks like Arlington ball to start the fourth quarter. Again, I'm amazed. With no halftime, with 1 minute and 5 seconds, both coaches are done giving their instructions to the team. Gets us out of here a little bit quicker, but that time's valuable.
McGinty, Jaden Williams, Miles Hess, Luca Ruggiero, and Rowan Paoletti-Newton, the 5 for the Ponders. Paoletti-Newton, I think he's played this whole game. I don't think he's come out at all, so hopefully fatigue will not be a factor with the way he shot the ball all game long. 3-point shot there is short by Alden.
Yeah, and I think with Ho having to sit, that probably took away Paoletti-Newton's minutes to sit.
Swinging all the way baseline to baseline. Jaden Williams for 3. Around the rim and out. There's Miles Hess for an offensive rebound. Ruggiero fakes the 3. And now they're going to call a blocking foul on Jeff DeFazio, number 10, for the Warriors.
Now, Williams got a good shot off, but Paoletti-Newton was wide open. He's got a hot hand. I think at that point, you got to make that one final pass. Just because of how hot he is right now.
If you're just joining us, Rowan Paoletti-Newton having a game for the ages. He has 25 of Arlington's 51 points. And as we look over to the Wakefield bench, Brett Okunde with 1 foot elevated on a chair. So I believe his status for the game is out. Paoletti-Newton fakes. Williams, one more to Ruggiero.
That would have been a nice shot by Williams to take that shot.
10 on the shot clock for Arlington. 7 minutes remaining in the game. Hess is going to take a long 3. He's going to be left. Ruggiero with the good rebound.
He's done that. He's done that all season.
Again,
that long rebound.
Oh, and I guess Ruggiero stepped out of bounds.
I thought Coach Woods called timeout for a second.
That's what I thought too. And I'll tell you, without Okunde, you've really seen Arlington able to exploit the offensive rebounding. Wakefield just doesn't have the size right now.
And Arlington still is in that 2-3 defense, even though Okunde is not in the game.
Well, it seemed like it worked in the third quarter for them, so they're going to stay with it. Wakefield held to just 8 third quarter points while the Ponders scored 20. Paoletti-Newton got a hand on that pass, knocks it out of bounds. It will remain Wakefield ball, 9 seconds on the shot clock, 6:25 on the game clock. Ponders by 5.
Now we see Burns and Ho come back into the game.
Woog McGinty and Williams out. We haven't seen Woog McGinty pick up a charge yet tonight. He is the all-time Arlington leader in offensive fouls taken. I did not know that until we got some stats before the game. And that's quite something to be proud of. Takes a lot of guts and a lot of effort to take all those charges, and that's what he's done throughout his career. Hess,
Nice cut.
inside, flips it up, no, but he's undercut on the play, and he's fouled. They'll go to the line for 2.
Hess has done some wonderful movement without the ball, and they've really put him in some good positions to finish. What does he have, 6 right now, points?
Miles Hess, he's got 11.
Oh, Hess has 11.
Yep, he's about to have 2 more. He's one of them. 12 points for the tri-captain. Of course, Arlington's tri-captains are Miles Hess, Henry Burns, and Aiden Woog McGinty, playing their final home game here tonight.
3 completely different games. You'd like to see captains that have that kind of a diversity in terms of what they bring to the team.
Just 1 of 2 for Miles that time. He made me look bad, but the Arlington lead is back up to 6, 5:55 remaining in the contest. That ball was kicked. No, beautiful pass by Alden to Margolis. Margolis lays it in.
4-point game.
And now Arlington turnover, and Wakefield can cut it to 2 or 1 if they were to hit a 3. 5.5 to go. Pull-up shot is going to be short by Quinn. Burns with the rebound.
Hess and Burns to combine on that rebound. Burns gets the rebound. Hess gets the Tommy point.
Coming up on 5 minutes remaining. Arlington holding on to a 4-point lead. Ho fakes, kicks it back out. Paoletti Newton for 3. 3 more. 28 for the senior.
I'm surprised they didn't get Dennis Ho with a 3-second violation call.
Big basket there for Arlington. Paoletti Newton again doing it on the defensive end. Here comes Arlington with a 3-on-2. Hess puts it up, no, blocked from behind, and he is fouled on the play. Miles Hess will go to the line for 2 shots.
I was told I said it 5 times last time I did a broadcast, but look at the unselfish play. Burns gives it to Hess. Hess gets fouled. I don't know if Burns gets that layup off if he takes it himself, so.
First free throw is good for Miles. He has a baker's dozen, 13 on the evening. .438 remaining 4th quarter. Ponders with an 8-point lead. Make it 9. I believe that is now Arlington's largest lead of the game, 57-48 Ponders, looking to extend their season for at least 1 more night.
Well, Wakefield can't afford 2 more trips down the court without scoring points. A stop here by Arlington would be huge.
Little foul line jump shot turnaround there by Andrew Quinn is good.
He's done that a few times tonight.
Quinn keeps the Warrior hopes alive. Coming up on the halfway point of the 4th quarter. Ponders by 7. Ruggiero, 8 on the shot clock. Ball's tipped by Wakefield. Out of bounds, Arlington ball, 8 on the shot clock.
Arlington's done that a bunch tonight where they have that high pass when sometimes you just fake and bounce pass would be the better option. Is Coach Woods calling this timeout?
He is. And we saw this in the last home game where Arlington had a short shot clock. I think it was even less than this. Coach Woods took that timeout, designed a beautiful play, and Arlington got a big basket in that game. That was in the...
that was a 4-point play. I think Paoletti Newton got fouled with under 2 seconds to go in the shot clock. Hit the 3, hit the free throw.
Yeah, that was in the game against Reading, I believe.
It was. It might have been my last broadcast with you.
Yep, because since then Arlington played against Woburn. They beat them 68-48, and then as we mentioned, these 2 teams played just 2 nights ago, and Arlington was able to win that game by 9. Paoletti Newton had 19 in that game. He's done that and more tonight with 28 of Arlington's 57.
And I can't remember a bad shot he's taken.
No.
And there were times when it looked like he would maybe try to force something, and he didn't. He's played a great game.
Both ends of the floor. We saw that play defensively a couple plays ago.
Yep.
We saved it right here in front of us. Led to an Arlington fast break that resulted in free throws for Miles Hess. I think I have an inkling who the player of the game might be. Here comes the play. Paoletti Newton comes off the screens.
He might have a layup.
He's just going to have to take a shot. Ball was high off the backboard. Wakefield ball.
I think he might have been able to do a fake and maybe a drive and maybe create some contact.
Yeah, I think he had still a couple seconds left on that shot clock, but
Tough that you criticize him, though, I'll tell you that
no,
much.
wanted to make sure that he got one up.
Yep.
Arlington by 7.
Oh, nice steal by Hess.
Paoletti Newton inside, he'll go to the line for 2. And you know what? I mean, of all his 28 points, has he even been to the line yet?
I'm not sure he has.
Maybe early in the game he was. I think he was.
I believe I remember him going there.
But it's not like he's been living out the line. All his points have been from the most of his points have been from the outside.
Yeah, and you made that joke about you might have an inkling of who the player of the game is, and I think I do too. But geez, number 10's making a really strong argument.
Oh yeah.
Of what he's done, and just like to note that I wore number 10 in 1987.
My number 11's retired. Paoletti Newton with 30 points. A 30-point game for Roland Paoletti Newton, and we're not done yet. 3:27 to go. Just to avoid any confusion, that number 11 is not retired for me, just for everybody at home. There was another great player named Phil Barlow that wore that number, and that is up in the rafters here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. 3-point corner shot there.
We got a layup. We got a layup. Take it strong.
Paoletti Newton. Oh, nice little defensive play there by Wakefield. Got a hand on it just to change the play a little bit. Now they're going to call a carrying violation on Wakefield.
Yeah, that's going to be on Quinn. And I think it was Quinn who was trying to just give the foul to Paoletti Newton because he didn't want him to have a layup, and the ref let it go. And then Karma got him. Got a carry, and Arlington got the ball back. Up 9 with just under 3 minutes to go. And just to be clear, number 10 is playing a lot more than I did in 87.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice little entry pass to Burns, and Burns lays it in.
I'll tell you, Burns' best game that we've seen. Strong inside.
Big hoop for the Pond as they extend the lead to 11, and now Wakefield is really going to be up against it with 2.5 to go. Arlington doing a great job of getting in those passing lanes and making Wakefield make passes they don't want to make. Another 3-point shot there by Wakefield was no good, but a good job there by Quinn following his missed 3-pointer, and he lays it up and in. 11 for Quinn.
One mistake you can say about Hess, maybe should have put a body on him after the shot, but again, played a real solid game.
Wakefield is in the penalty. Arlington will be in the bonus for the duration of the game. Wakefield's going to have to be aggressive defensively if they want to try to make up a 9-point lead in 2 minutes as we are at the 2-minute mark. Here's Ruggiero strong to the basket, and he lays it in. Well, a couple of big baskets, first by Burns and now by Ruggiero, and Arlington able to keep that distance of 11 points. Pull-up jump shot, no good. Ho with the rebound. Arlington is in great shape right now.
Now you want to see some clock come off.
And let's see if Wakefield is going to go the foul route or down 11 with 1.5 minutes to go. They're just going to try to get back in it defensively. Ho switches to the right hand, lays it up and in. And boy, Arlington has done a great job with efficiency here in this final 2 minutes of making sure they've scored on every possession and not letting Wakefield close the gap.
It's been 3 different players, I believe, too.
Absolutely, and not Paoletti Newton, 0 of the 3.
Yeah. And all seniors, too, Don.
Little drive there by DeFazio, no good. Ho with the rebound.
I think we got some subs.
Arlington's going to call a timeout, and I think what Coach Wood's going to do here is he's going to take all these players out the game, put in the other players, and a nice round of applause here coming from the Arlington. We usually say the Arlington student section, but tonight it's the Arlington family section. As we mentioned, they were able to get permission to allow the families of the 8 seniors to attend tonight's game, and what a job by the Spy Ponders tonight.
You know, you look at the score, Don, and it's 65-52 with 1 minute to go, and last game was 64-55. And I don't know how last game went. I wonder if it played like this, because this game looked like it was going to go into the 70s or 80s, but then things kind of, took a turn for the slower. But I'll tell you, this Arlington team, when they have an inside and outside going on, they're fun. I said it last time as well. I've said it every game, I believe. They're fun to watch.
Great group of guys. And, of course, the game kind of turned Arlington's way, too. They were playing extremely well. They had, I believe, an 8 or 9-point lead. And then Bretta Kunde made that unbelievable block, I believe, on Burns. And unfortunately for Wakefield and for Brett Akunde, he hurt himself on the play. He has not been back in the game, and that's really been able to allowed Arlington to be able to keep this cushion and kind of go away with this one now.
Yep. Doesn't take away from Arlington's win, but you know,
Oh, no.
You never want to see that, though.
See who's in the Arlington lineup right now. You have number 30, Uday Katok, a senior getting some senior action, and number 4, Ben Platt, a senior getting into the game. So Coach Wood's doing a nice job of getting his seniors into the game. Here's Simon Hess, number 0, checking out, and he replaces Miles Hess. Also for Arlington, number 23, Will Safak checks in, and he replaces Dennis Ho.
You know, Dennis Ho didn't play much in the first half because of those foul trouble, but really was a contributor in the second half.
50 seconds remaining in the game. And the ball's laid up and in by Margolis, and Coach Sweeney calls a timeout. Well, Coach Sweeney's going to play it down to the end, apparently, as his team is down by 11 with 42.1 seconds to go. It would take nothing short of a miracle for his team to come back in this game, but good for Coach Sweeney. He wants to show his team that he's going to coach it to the end, and so he wants his players to play it to the end. So that's what we're going to do. Now stay with us after the game. We're going to have a little bit of a, we'll run down the scoring leaders and give you our anticipated player of the game, but there's going to be some kind of ceremony with the seniors and their parents. We're not sure exactly how it's going to go, but we're going to bring you coverage of that and allow the parents and the families of the seniors to spend a couple moments with their players. I don't know if it's going to be individually or as a group, who knows, with COVID, but we look forward to bringing you that post-game ceremony. A reminder that Arlington season will continue. They will play against Watertown tomorrow. I'm going to try to text A.D. Bowler to get a time on that game.
Coach Harrington from Watertown will be ready for that game. Foul by number 20. It's Paul Holman. That's their 8th, so we'll be shooting 101.
I think that originally the semifinal game was supposed to be on Friday, but I think with the anticipated weather of Thursday more into Friday, I think they have a better chance of getting that game off tomorrow. So the semifinal game will be tomorrow. Winchester will be the host of the other semifinal game. Woog McGinty at the line, no. 40 seconds to go. Be a 3-point shot by Alden, short. Woog McGinty with the rebound. Arlington has players ahead of the pack. Simon Hess is going to lay it up and in. He got a little tricky with it. And the Arlington bench loved it. Here's Woog McGinty just smashing the ball out of bounds.
Just like to remind Aiden that you're playing tomorrow, Aiden. So
that's right.
I love the hard play. Just don't get hurt.
Just
take him out of the game. They can't get hurt now.
As number 20, Marcio Crawford into the game. Now I did just hear from Athletic Director Bowler as number 12, Alden hits another 3-point shot. Athletic Director Bowler just let me know that tomorrow night's game at Watertown High School will be at 5 o'clock. So I'm sure a lot of the parents that are here tonight are going to have that information and be able to watch the game. But those of you who are just the casual viewer, I'm not sure how that information can get to you as to how to be able to watch that game. But 5 o'clock against Watertown High School. I hope that Watertown is doing the same thing that Kevin Wetmore and all the other ACMi folks that have helped us out this season. I'd like to give a shout out to them all tonight for doing this all season long during this COVID season, bringing you folks that aren't able to come to the games, the seniors, the parents, the families, and all of the rest of the fans able to watch Arlington High this season. With this win, Arlington will improve to 9-2, and as I mentioned, they will go to the semifinals of the Middlesex League tournament. 19.3 seconds to go. Arlington up by 10, and a foul committed, and Hess will go to the line.
Well, Don, I know you've been doing this for, what, 32 years?
My 36th year.
36 years. I've done a handful of games with you over the years, and I've had a lot of fun. I appreciate being brought up here, and I really do enjoy watching this team. Would like to have seen more than just, 5 or 6 games, unfortunately.
Right. 1-on-1 for Simon Hess, and he knocks down the first. So most likely this will be our final telecast of the season. So first thing I want to do is wish the whole team best of luck tomorrow night, and I hope they can take this thing down and win the whole tournament with 2 more games remaining. And a special shout out to the 8 seniors playing their final home game tonight. Best of luck to you with the remainder of the athletic and academic season and the rest of your lives. Here's Hess, goes to the left hand, no. 7 seconds to go, Pond is up by 12.
I think we might have 9 seniors on the squad, Don.
3-point shot is no good. And that's how it will end. Even this quarter, Kevin, Arlington outscores the Warriors 18-11. So not a great first half for Arlington. They trailed 21-16 after 1, 38-31 at the half. But they turned things around here in the second half and coast to the 69-57 win.
And I will say that they did that with Akunda in the game. It obviously hurt Wakefield to not have him for the last quarter and a half. But again, they did all that with Akunda in the game. They just had they just came out on fire in that beginning of the third quarter.
For the Warriors of Wakefield High School, Paul Holman had 5 points. Chris Alden had 15. Andrew Quinn with 11. Ethan Margolis with 7. And before he got injured, Brett Akunde with 19 points and a total of 57. Kevin, you had to be impressed with Akunde while he was in there.
Yeah, I really hope, again, for Arlington, I hope he's a senior, but for his sake, I hope he's a sophomore or junior, gets to play some more and grow and get stronger and bigger, but he was fun to watch.
Yeah, and I have to assume he's an athlete getting ready to play another sport too, and with football coming after basketball this season, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's a standout football player, so I hope his injury doesn't preclude him from continuing his athletic season. Or year, I should say. Let's check down the running scores for the Spy Ponders. Luca Ruggiero with 4. Henry Burns had 8. Miles Hess had 14. Dennis Ho had 7. Simon Hess had 4. High point man on the night for the Spy Ponders and the ACMi player of the game, Rowan Paoletti Newton with 30 points.
And again, if you look at it, last 5 minutes of the game, he might not even have touched the ball much or scored. So it just shows you just the team effort. When you have that many seniors and they're that experienced, sometimes you just lean on them and they responded.
And of course, those 8 seniors are Dennis Ho, Ben Platt, Miles Hess, Henry Burns, Aiden Woog McGinty. Hess, Burns, and Woog McGinty, the tri-captains for the Ponders. Rowan Paoletti Newton, Uday Katak, and Luca Ruggiero, 8 seniors for the Spy Ponders. So stay tuned here. We're going to take a real break from talking as you stay with us live, and Arlington now breaking it down at the bench and figure out what's going to happen here with the seniors able to meet their families here on senior night. Stay tuned. Don Phelan back with you here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium, and basically again with the COVID year, nothing is normal, and right now just really a chance for the seniors to spend a little bit of time with the family members that have come here tonight to support them. Just an opportunity to take a picture under the basket, nothing formal with that. So we'll allow continued coverage of that while I wrap up what's going on. So again, as my brother mentioned, my 36th season here as the announcer for Arlington High boys basketball, and it's been a crazy year with COVID and announcing with the mask on and not as many games and just so many different parameters involved. And the first thing I'd like to do is a shout out again, I think I did it during the telecast, to all the ACMi volunteers that have been here, led by Kevin Wetmore. You know, there's a lot of coordinating involved. Things change on the fly. He's been here all season long. If he wasn't here physically, he always made sure we had coverage of the game so that you folks at home could watch the games, seeing as you could not be here in person. So first shout out goes to Kevin Wetmore. Thank you, Kevin, for all that you've done this season. I hope the players and the fans appreciate all that. And we've had myriad other folks here during the course of the season. Tonight, we had Katie Chang on graphics and Ilya Sharanov on camera, so I'd like to thank them as well. So again, for Arlington, they win tonight in the quarterfinal matchup in the Middlesex League Tournament. They continue on. Their season continues tomorrow night against Watertown at 5 o'clock. That will be the semifinal game. And then if Arlington can win that one, they'll face the winner of the other semifinal matchup. I know Winchester's in there. Might be Winchester and Lexington, but I'm not positive about that. So again, this will be our final home telecast of the season. So first of all, congratulations to the team. With this win tonight, they improved to a record of 9-2. A far jump from last season's record. They've improved tremendously. Coach Woods has done a great job with this team along with his staff. So a lot of appreciation goes out to them, and congratulations to the players and these 8 seniors that are graduating at the end of the year. Best of luck, whatever you're doing for the rest of the school year and in your futures. So for my partner, Kevin Phelan, I'm Don Phelan. The final score here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium, Arlington 69, Wakefield 57. Thanks for joining us all season long.